Hi guys, I'm Shmee, and today during Top Marks Monaco we're going to take a look at the new Mini Remastered from David Brown Automotive. Now naturally, as an owner of a classic Mini, I have quite a big appeal to this thing, and I'm looking forward to showing you around it, taking it for a test drive and seeing what it is all about. But before we do so, let's check it out. Let's start by taking a look around then, and this car is the Monte Carlo edition, so there will only be 25 of these, slightly more expensive than the standard car, but also comes with a number of options and a little bit more power. It's finished in the Rascasse red, which in the sunshine here in the French hills just above Monaco is looking beautiful, with the white roof and the white space on the door for a number as well. An interior we'll see in a moment with the red and black leather. But the car, let's talk about it from the ground up, is rebuilt by David Brown, who are shortly to move into their new premises at Silverstone in England. They're building these as the second sort of model alongside the Speedback GT that they also offer. It's built basically using the original gearbox and a completely rebuilt engine, but that brings, in this case, power to 98 horsepower in something that weighs just 750 kilos. There are a couple of sort of design and styling differences from the standard car that give it that unique David Brown look, in the sense of the grille that very much replicates their other models, and the rear lights that you'll see in a moment, but it does have the very distinct Mini shape, with one difference: they've made it seamless, so it doesn't have these sort of seams that the original car had for strengthening all around it on the steel panels. So you've got some other nice touches. LED headlights, which are standard on the Monte Carlo, but this is an upgrade for the standard model. The bonnet straps finished in brown or black leather, looking pretty nice as well, nice touch. And then to give it a distinct look, it has 3 spotlights at the front instead of 4 on the sort of original old Mini, so to speak. But there are some other cool things. For example, the wide fenders around the wheels. These are painted carbon fibre, keeping the weight down. I mean, 700 and something kilos. It's got a 4-speed gearbox. They're looking into options for a 5th speed in due course. As we come around to the rear, you can see, for example, these LED tail lights, same mirrored over from the Speedback. Distinct and unique style on those too. And this car has a sports exhaust system. So down at the back here, you've got the twin tailpipes in the centre at the rear. But let's take a look on the inside too, because there are quite a few differences here to a standard old Mini, shall we say. First thing is it has a nav system, entertainment, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto through that central system. It has a much smaller steering wheel than my old car, nice leather grip, and then all these painted sort of panels on the interior to line up with the red and black leather. Obviously, back seat not up to too much, but is technically a 4-seater. So I'm just going to sit in for a second. You've got a new audio system, and this just looks lovely, honestly. It is beautiful. Everything is really, really nice. The way these dials or buttons are all finished. The air conditioning, that's lovely. This is literally modern day interpretation of a classic. Alec Ignatius's classic. Starter button down here, the dashboard display, and the central speedometer is pretty neat as well. And then the David Brown logo in the centre of the steering wheel. This is nice. The headliner. This is really, really nice. So, I'm just going to hop back out for a second. New speaker system. I'm going to show you a little bit more around here on the interior when we return shortly. For the moment, let's just close that up and walk around it on the outside once more. It's such a fun little thing. It's hard to explain this, but as someone who drives his old Mini in the centre of London, it's that perfect car because it's tiny, it's easy to get around with, it's not impossible to park anywhere, you just feel like you can nip and bounce around everywhere. So it's going to be interesting now to fire this up and get on the move and see what it is like to drive. So, let's jump in. Get ready to start the car up. So obviously it needs me to press a button for the immobiliser. Now to start it, there is a start-stop button down here in the centre between the electric window controls, which are desperately unusual in an old Mini, I can tell you. So foot on the clutch, fire it up, and you get a needle sweep, David Brown logo on the entertainment system. Everything starts coming to life. Cool. So, it's drive time. First up, we're heading downhill, so I'm not going to put my foot down too hard, just enjoy the lovely weather today and what this car is like, and immediately everything just feels really well together. It feels like my car brought into the modern era, which I guess is exactly what it kind of is, and what you're looking at is beautiful. The display of the rev counter, the small but nice steering wheel you're holding. I mean, small makes it sportier, right? And it feels really good with the leather, the way everything is finished, having a nav screen in a Mini. There is a nav screen showing me the road, which on a nice twisty road is actually a really good thing, so you can see where the road's going. It's got an exhaust that's raspy, sporty, it's exciting. I mean, my car has an aftermarket exhaust, but this has a sports exhaust on it from David Brown. Just cruising down an Aventador SV and an R8 Spider. Welcome to Monaco. And yeah, let's just enjoy this a little bit, brake into the corner, and away we go. So lots of hairpins on this road, where the Mini steering, the fact that it's sort of so nimble and able to get round, should really help. So out we go. Can't do this in a 675 LT, by the way. Put the foot down and feel some of the 98 horsepower. So 4-cylinder engine in here still, of course. 4-speed gearbox in this car. Obviously you might want the 5, and David Brown looking into that for the future. But it pulls away, and it's just, there's something fun about driving a car like this that's really quite hard to explain until you actually do it and experience it yourself. How you don't need power and performance numbers and huge figures to get excitement out of it and to enjoy what you're doing. And imagine driving us through the streets of Monaco. Well, it's a bit of a traffic jam right now, but you just feel so cool doing it. It's just, I don't know, it's just something I clearly like because of how I went for my previous gen car, but previous gen, I don't know how you can call it that, old Mini before now, but this is just awesome fun. Heading back uphill, we get on the move. 98 horsepower obviously is significantly up on my old car's 62, but it's not a huge number. But the thing is, you can just enjoy bringing it out and driving the car and pushing it hard and getting a move on with it as much as possible. He says just before I think I'm about to get overtaken quite quickly, tucking in, eyes on the mirror, there's a Ferrari Speciale behind me, and away it goes. Oh, what a sort of contrast of cars to be driving, but are both equally awesome in this kind of road, this environment. This is just funny being around here at the moment, but driving this thing, it's like the perfect car for a city centre, it really is. I mean, I have so much fun driving mine in London, but I can't imagine what this would be like with all sort of modern kind of creature comforts and things, electric windows, the bits and bobs you need for driving, navigation, stop, start button. Away we go. Oh, amazing. We've pulled pulled over after what has really been a very fun drive, and I hope some of that comes across in the video. It's a very hard one to explain how that can be as much fun sometimes as a supercar, but I know it from my Mini, and this is just everything a little bit better, or quite a lot better, as you're going to see when we take a walk around it now. So let me show you a couple more things that we haven't yet talked about, and the first is the price. So this version, the Monte Carlo, one of 25 in this configuration, is £82,500. You also have the Cafe Racer, which is another predefined configuration, 25 again for 80,000, and then the standard configurable car is £75,000, all of those plus taxes. So yes, it is expensive, and that might initially not make any sense, but that's when you start thinking how bespoke, how custom it is, how nice everything is, and how they don't want to create loads of these. They want it to be a bespoke sort of niche product, maybe 100, 200 a year. But you look at it and everything you touch is nice. And if you're after this kind of unique city kind of thing, doesn't need to have massive performance, just needs to make you smile, enjoy it, and love the thing, this fits so nicely, especially the Monte Carlo. And I really like this. Everything I'm looking at, I mean, just to have a sort of further explore around the interior, you've got the sort of painted body colour panels, you've got the different sort of leather parts, the lock for the door. Everything's just super nice. The handles, there's a little sort of glove box compartment, but everything. And here you have the plaque. The final customer cars will say the car number 1 of 25 on the plaque. But like I said earlier, all of these sort of components for the air conditioning and the controls are just lovely. The air vents, they're nice too. There's a cup holder kind of thing down here, just in front of that start-stop button, and the electric windows behind the gear stick. But even, you know, this sort of chrome surround down here is really nice. The handbrake, beefier than the standard car quite significantly. Pedals, David Brown stamp down there on the clutch and the brake. At the top of the accelerator that you can see. Look, a storage bucket. Just everything, you know. Just really nice. It's really cool and really nice. And then I'm just exploring as I go. Can you fold the seats forward? No, I don't necessarily think so. Ah, yes, you can do it down here. Actually, look at the seat for tilting it. That's just nice. Everything's cool. Manual adjustment, of course, from the lever at the front here. Just neat. That was the speciality. Not so discreet. And then the boot. Typically a Mini had a sort of toggle here to open and close the boot. You have the electric... Oh, I should probably press the button on the immobiliser. The electric release there. And then you've got a nice sort of new custom boot floor. All leather, nicely lined. So lovely. That's just neat. Everything is just awesome. How do I explain it more? I'm very tempted. It's expensive for sure, but I think this is the thing that's just not going to make sense to so many people. But if you understand it, and if this is the kind of thing you love, then you're going to jump straight at it. It's a sort of completely modern version of something that just makes you smile. It's just fun, it's just entertaining, but also in here it's nicely equipped. You've got decent air conditioning. The old cars don't have air conditioning. You've got more power. You've just generally got so much more out of it. Yeah, it's really cool. So a big thanks to David Brown for letting me take it out and shoot this video and show you guys the car. But I'm going to wrap this one up for there. I hope you like it as much as I do, especially in this colour, the Monte Carlo edition, in the glorious red, in the sunshine above Monte Carlo, in the Monte Carlo edition Mini. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. That's it for now, and I will catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!